Hey everybody, today we are looking at Guerlain Ombre G 2 eyeshadows. I've got technically 6 lipsticks. I'll get into that in a minute, like why I'm saying technically, why it's confusing. And these are the Wild Nudes. Technically, these are going to be coming out in fall in the Northern Hemisphere, which probably means August, which I guess would be spring for the Southern Hemisphere. So, you know, if you're looking at fall from a traditional, I'm in North America, I'm in the US, kind of aesthetic, these fit with that. They're very fall-like. Browns, dusty pinks, warm burnt oranges kind of things. And so those shades are as followed. This is Wild Nudes. This is 258. And then this is Undressed Brown in 910. Also, there's a number of lipsticks that have come out and cases in the Rouge G. So Rouge G has cases that look like this. If you haven't seen them before, basically they pop open and you get a mirror in there, and they're held shut by this like little lip that you have right here at the bottom of the lipstick. And so that keeps it closed, and then when you open it, pops open like that, and you have a mirror, which is great because you can put your lipstick on. And there's a shade number 8, that is considered part of this collection, but shade 8 was also the shade that came out with, and I think this was holiday last year, the gold with the little stars on it, which I already own. So I did not pick up that shade. There was also, and if I can find the picture, I'll put it up here. This is probably gonna be on Patreon for a while. I'm never quite sure what can be up on the regular YouTube and what can't be, so I'm just being uber careful. I think there were 4 velvet shades and 4 satin shades or something like that. I picked up 1 satin shade, number 15, because I already had 8, so I didn't pick that one up. And then there was, I think, either 1 or 2 more. Again, hopefully I can put up a picture. So that is 15. And then this is 8. Both very much my shades. If you haven't watched my channel before, I am a lover of like brownie pink lipstick. I lived through the 90s, so you know, it's just what I like. And then I picked up a couple of the velvets. So the first one I picked up, make sure I get the numbers right, is 139. It's 139, 159. And if you're like me and you like brownie pinks, you're gonna love this collection. I'm calling it the Wild Nudes collection because that's what's on one of the boxes, so I'm just like, I'm going with that. 539. I know there was one more velvet, but it looked pretty deep, so I didn't get it. Again, if I can put up the shades, I will. So 8 and 15 in satin, 139, 159, 539 in velvets. I actually like the velvet formula in Guerlain. I'm not usually a big velvet person. I definitely don't like mattes. But these I like. I think they're relatively comfortable. And so the cases, there is Berry Brown. And there is Rosewood. There may be another shade, but it wasn't available yet. If it becomes available, I will buy it. It was a little hard for me to tell, like, what was it. I bought these overseas. I bought these from the Asia market, so I don't know if, you know, a lot of times there are different things that come out for different markets. You know, the US will get something that Canada won't get, or Canada will get something the US doesn't get. Asia will get something, etc. It'll be an exclusive. So this is what I know of as of now, and now is mid-June when this goes up. So like I said, this will probably be on Patreon for a while. All right, so let's swatch the Wild Nudes 258, and I will show you the cover of these, but it's not like the denim collection. There's no pattern. It's just gold. I was kind of hoping they would continue. Maybe they'll do another one because the denim one was so popular. We'll see. You can hope, right? These seem to be all mattes. And then I would say a satin. And then we have Undressed Brown 910. That's definitely a satin. They all feel very smooth. I like the Guerlain formula. I have heard some people say they don't like it. I'm a big fan, but to each their own. Everybody has different opinions about formula on these things. These are all swatching well. I will say, well, let me show you this and then I'll... So that is Undressed Brown 910. This is a matte. This seems like a satin. These seem like satins. This is a satin. These are mattes. I have a feeling that some of these shades are going to blend into one another. Like these two shades are going to blend into one another. These two shades might, depending on how I do this. Yeah, so we'll see. Let's go with 910 first. I'll do that today, and then I'll come back and do another video with 258. Also, I'll go in with 139 in the Velvet. Wear that throughout the video so you can see how that looks. Very much a nude shade on me. Do a little bit of a liner. I think that would be a great nude shade for someone with my skin tone. All right, let's go into 910. All right, classic crease brush. And let's use the deepest brown shade very lightly here. I'm gonna like literally stamp it out here. That's a very deep shade. I'm just kind of like rolling it a little, like that. All right. Now I'm gonna take this shade, which was a little bit more of a satiny brown, and kind of run with it. And I'm gonna pull it almost all the way over, not completely. Same thing on the other side. It's very pigmented, really pretty. All right, now I'm gonna take a brush and kind of, nothing on the brush. This is very fluffy. And I'm gonna kind of pull it up a little bit into the brow area, just very lightly. That's really pretty. I like this already, and I haven't even really done anything with it yet. These are definitely warm shades. They're blending out beautifully though. I left a lot of space on my lid, specifically because I want to use this very light shade. Look how pretty that is. Okay. Now let's take the burnt orange pumpkin-y shade. Yeah, that's very, very impactful shade. Like that, if you like a burnt umber, like a pumpkin, this is really beautiful. That shade is gonna be like, that's a strong shade. A very strong shade. Go in, just buff it a little bit. Again, lightly. And let's take the lightest shade, put that in the inner third of the eye. Wow, that's really pretty. That would go really well as like right on the center of the eye as well, like to lighten a look. I'm gonna blend these two together just a little bit, very softly. I'm gonna take the satiny shade, the satiny brown, lower lash line. Wow, that's beautiful. That's really nice. All right, let me clean up the eye, put on a little bit of mascara, and we'll come back. Mascara is on. I also put on a little bit of lip liner. I gotta say, guys, like, I love this color story. Now, is it basic? Yep. Is it a warm neutral? Yep. Do I have these shades? I might. It's very, very possible. But I love the way they blended together. I love that orange, like pumpkin-y shade. It's one of my favorite shades, like a burnt umber almost. It's got some, you know, deep browns in it. It's got that like satiny shade, that light shade that really makes it, because you can keep the lightness and you know, not have the look be like so deep. I just think this is stunning. And I actually love the shade too. This is the 139 Velvet. I had just a little bit of spice liner from MAC. I just thought that would be a good compliment since this is a warmer eyed look. It's beautiful. absolutely stunning. And the cases, like I said, I collect these cases. You know, I know some of you out there might. So they are like a faux leather. Like I said, this one is the rosewood. I've got the 139 in that. And then I will put one of the deeper shades. Let's do the soft tonka, which is the deepest shade I showed you, 539 in the berry brown case. I really like them. I think they're very pretty. I think the faux leather is a nice touch. I like the two shades. Maybe there'll be another shade, so I can put one of the I can put the 159, which is warm almond, the mid shade there, in one of the cases. I have other cases that I'll put things in. So these are all very much my style. These are brownie pink shades. This one is more of a brownie orange, you know, color story for the palette, but I mean, that is beautiful. And I think the formula is excellent in these. I really enjoy them. I think they go really well with everything. I enjoy the, you know, the nature of them. They're smooth, they stay on, they don't settle in the lines. Beautiful formula, blends out well, but you still see the different shades. I think these are excellent. I will do a video with, let's see, it's Wild Nudes in addition to this one, which is Undressed Browns, but I did swatch them for you so you could at least see them. And I think these are, you know, I think they're stunning. I mean, I've already said it. I think the good color story is beautiful. The formula is really good. I don't know what the price will be here in the United States. And if I can figure out how much I paid for these, I will let you know and put that down below, but I'm going to assume it's the similar pricing that it's always been for Guerlain, which is not inexpensive. You know, Guerlain is a high luxury product, and so the eyeshadows are, you know, expensive. And then of course the cases you buy on their own and you put whatever lipstick you want. I just want to show you the case, which I've already, that's the thing about these really reflective cases. They're really beautiful, but the minute you touch them, there's fingerprints. So there's not a design like in the denim. It's just the gold, which I still think is a beautiful design, but it's not, I do like that denim one that has the design on the case itself. I think that's great. But yeah, I knew I was gonna like this launch. Like I said, I'm calling it the Wild Nudes launch. I knew I was gonna like it. These are pinky browns, warm browns, right up my alley. But I think the formula is excellent. Love the color story. Love the velvet lips. If you're somebody like me who doesn't like, you know, matte formulas, the velvets in Guerlain are actually quite nice. They're definitely more smooth and moisturizing than a lot of, you know, like velvet formulas are. So I would certainly recommend them. So I'll have a video coming up with the Wild Nudes, and I'll pick one of the deeper velvet lips to go with that. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. Really do appreciate it. Hope to see you in another video really soon.